Phosphor Dot friends, Earl at thelogbook.com. We're back on the Atari 2600 with a game that has one heck of a story behind it. This is King Kong, released in 1983 by Tiger Vision. Now, Tiger Vision's release of this game was part of a very deliberate legal strategy being undertaken by Universal Studios at the time against Nintendo. Now, you're probably wondering how Atari gets mixed up in the middle of this. It's it's quite a story, and I will see if I can play the game and tell the story at the same time. There's King Kong. And there's my dude down here. King Kong's throwing bombs at me. So I have to climb ladders. If there are gaps, I need to climb or jump over the gaps. The bombs might fall through the gaps. Or, the bombs will fall through the gaps, and so will I. The difference is, it'll kill me, whereas it won't kill the bombs. Some days you can't get rid of a bomb. And this is one of those days because these bombs scale ladders. They are apparently sentient bombs, which totally fits in with the plotline of King Kong. Not even one little bit. So, the story of how this really strange little game came to be is that Universal Studios went after Nintendo, claiming that Donkey Kong was an infringement on the copyright of King Kong. Now, you know, if the word Kong was the only thing, you might not have a case. Oh. Splat. I've been bombed. Been bombed by King Kong. It really doesn't pay to think about what kind of bombs King Kong could actually throw at you. Anyway. But it was more than just the name. It was about a large member of the simian family scaling a building with a damsel under his arm. And then someone having to also scale that building to save said damsel from the large ape. Okay, so you could probably see maybe on the outside where Universal had a bit of a case, and Nintendo was worried about this. And in order to prove that King Kong was a viable video game property, that the mere existence of Donkey Kong could create consumer confusion with in the marketplace. Because one gap in Universal's case was that there was not a King Kong game. So they basically ordered one to be made. Hence Tiger Vision's King Kong for the Atari 2600. And this is a game that I do not believe existed for any other platform, because I think this one was embarrassing enough. Alright. We'll try it again. So, this game, as dodgy and derivative as it is, because obviously, you know, Universal's answer to, hey, we think Donkey Kong is ripping off King Kong, is to come up with a King Kong game that is clearly ripping off Donkey Kong. Why not? I like the nice little boost that the barrels give you, but boy, you've got to time that jump just right. I'm sure you've noticed by now, watching me play this while I try to tell this story, there are a lot of really dodgy collision detects. This is not an expertly programmed game. By any stretch of the... Yeah, because it's like my leg totally passed through that bomb in the course of making that jump. That, yeah. All that mattered to Universal was that this got on the market so they could claim, oh look, you know, now there's a King Kong video game, and obviously Donkey Kong is creating consumer confusion. What Nintendo's lawyers found out in the process of discovery for the case was that to make the original 1930s version of King Kong, Universal Studios had gone to great lengths legally to have the original novel on which King Kong was based declared to be public domain. So, clear double standard here. King Kong couldn't possibly be public domain because we want to go after Donkey Kong. Oh, but wait. We ourselves declared King Kong public domain in order to... Oh. Now that was about as dirty as the Universal Studios lawyer. So clearly there's double standard, you know, oh, we're claiming copyright on King Kong to go after Donkey Kong. Oh, by the way, we declared that the original copyright on King Kong as the novel was invalid, so we could screw the writer out of credit and royalties for the original movie version of it. So... keep this in mind next time you see, you know, Godzilla versus Kong or whatever. It's like anyone could make a King Kong movie now, because what came out of Universal's attempt to nail Nintendo for copyright infringement is that Universal had done the screwing over first of the original author of King Kong, and therefore they really didn't have a leg to stand on. It's really one of the more entertaining legal stories of the early age of video games, and I hope you enjoyed me telling it in fits and starts while I played this terrible, terrible game.